Well, hello everyone. Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I am here at the Mexican Agate Gallery in Tucson, Arizona, about to go inside and check out the best agates in the world. Let's go do it, and I hope you enjoy. So the Chihuahua area of Mexico is famous for its world-class agates. There are two sites, the Laguna agates and the Coyamito agates, and they are freaking amazing. I will take lots of close-up shots here and show you everything that's in these cases, and your mind is going to be blown when you see them. Wow. And not only do they have the most amazing agates, they also have these crazy pseudomorphs. And lots of different pseudomorphs here. But I think to get some good shots of this, I'm gonna have to pull out the other camera, because this one doesn't do it justice. Now, as I said a moment ago, the two sites here, these are Laguna agates, and they are crazy in their colors, their banding, their figure, just cannot beat these. The banding on these is so crisp. No bleeding out, no blurring between the bands. So crisp. And as with so many agates, not all of them are completely full. Some of them are geodes, showing crystal clusters inside. And if you are familiar with my channel, you'll know that I do lots of agate hunting back home. I have many, many different agate sites, but nothing comes anywhere close to what these agates look like. Look at that one. That might be my favorite so far. Look at the banding. Look at the almost like blood veins going through that banding. And then into the center. You can't keep still enough. Now, one great thing about the Tucson Rock and Gem Show is all the amazing people you meet along the way. My new friend here, Andreas.
Hello, guys. Thank you for coming.
He is the mastermind behind this Mexican agate display here. You own a huge number of acres of quarries and whatnot of these Mexican agates, don't you?
Yeah, it's like this land has been on my family for almost 100 years, and this is the spot where some of the best agates has been producing. And you know, we try so hard to bring them out of the ground, which it's really rare to see them like how you're seeing it right now, cut and polish and on the cases. What we have here is just the best of our finds.
The best of your finds, but these are like world class. These are the best in the world, aren't they?
People say so because they have unique color combinations, and they have like a huge range of color combinations never seen before, and the colors are so bright. The pieces that we have pulled out of the ground like on the past decade has been the best ones ever seen.
The best agates in the world. Awesome. Thank you so much for bringing me and letting me come in here and film, and it's been great to meet you.
All right, no, great meeting you too, Dan, and thank you for coming.
And people will often ask, how do you know what's inside? Well, here's what the agate looks like on the outside, how it was broken out of the hard rock. And yes, there are some little areas often that give you an idea of what you might see inside. But because this agate looks so different than the host rock, you're really sure you know you got an agate when it comes out. Absolutely no. But you don't know what's inside other than hints like that until you cut it and see what comes out. And yes, you can go through hundreds, if not thousands, before you get the world-class specimens. But every agate is beautiful inside. Some are just mind-blowing. And I love it when the pattern shows a scene of some sort. That one's got a face. And no, these are not dyed in any way. That's what makes these agates so world class is these colors are natural. You see a lot of agates out there that have been dyed or irradiated or modified in some way to make them colorful. But no, this is nature at work. Mother Nature makes the best artist. And as I said, this site is also known for its pseudomorphs. And that brings me to a great time for today's geology lesson of the day. Pseudomorphs. A pseudomorph is a mineral that is taking on the shape of another mineral. And that can be internal or external. In this case, it is quartz on agate, an aragonite pseudomorph, meaning that there was a crystal underneath each of those arms that had other crystals growing on top of it. And that's an external pseudomorph. That's where the mineral has taken the shape of the other mineral by growing on top of it.
And you can often get one mineral that looks like the crystal of another mineral because of this property, this pseudomorph property, where you can have a calcite crystal dissolve away and then have pyrites grow in the void of that crystal. And that would make a pyrite in the shape of a calcite crystal. It's known as a pseudomorph. Anytime that something fills in the void that something else left, it's known as a pseudomorph.
And here's a great example of a pseudomorph. Cut open, you can see the original crystals that were growing up, and then on the outside of this, see if I can spin it around, you can see the crystals that grew on top of those crystals. Gives you a really good example of how pseudomorphs form. Andre just brought out a whole flat of pseudomorphs for me to show you.
So we have here a pseudomorph. This is the host. This was touching the host rock. And what you have here is that some crystals grew inside the bubble that was trapped on the lava. These crystals, they were called aragonite. You can see the shape. And these crystals, then they got replaced by some agate. You can see some of the fine bands in here. And then you have another growth that is the quartz. And then some druzy on top. So we cut this guy in half. And look what we found. You can see here the shape of the aragonite crystal that was in here before the agate came. And another growth of quartz. The shape is really fantastic. The druzy too. And these are really rare. In this case, we have the crystals that grew like fingers and some of the banding on top. You can see it kind of got all replaced. There's a little bit of hollow. And there's purple, pink, kind of blue, white, and then the growth of the quartz. These are pretty sweet. When you come down, Dan, we're gonna mine for these guys. Another one here, it's the host rock, the fingers. Those are pretty cool. Some quartz growth. This one, we haven't cut it so far, but you can see how it it formed. This has used to have like was in a small pocket. It kind of breaks out when we're pulling them. You can see some of the bands here. This one is really special. Also the growing of the quartz. This one was kind of broken. You can see the growth of the crystals and the colors. Magnificent.
Definitely.
My English is not as good, but
Your English is really good.
I'm trying my best.
It's way better than my Spanish, that's for sure. And Andres has invited me down to Mexico to actually do my own dig on his site, which is awesome. Now, I think later in the fall is best for that?
The best time is when it's not really hot, because it gets super hot over there, and when you can see that it rained, like you can see everything that it's green.
After a little bit of rain.
Yeah, no, and it's really good at that time, like after fall.
Awesome. I get to go down to Mexico and dig world-class agates. And you're invited up to Canada if you ever want to go gold panning with me.
I want to go for sure. That will be really fun.
Let's do it.
You want to show what we got on the table?
Sure, let's look at a bit more of the pseudomorphs.
So all these guys, we're going to go and dig for these guys when you're down there. You can see the husk, but these are not just agates, but some, we call them pseudomorphs, that it's when another mineral replaces another one. In this case, we had like some aragonite crystals that grew inside the bubble and then got replaced by agate. But you can see all these color for agate in here and the fingers of the aragonites. This was another one that we placed to cut. Look at the shape of the crystals, the quartz. They're pretty cool.
Very cool.
Every one unique. This one we have the aragonite that grew like this inside the nodule. Like you have like an aragonite crystal in here and some agate on the surrounding and some quartz as well.
And these are just single aragonite crystals, that like one big crystal that just got covered in a druzy of quartz or a quartz crystal cluster?
So yeah, like you have in this case, it was like this. So we cut it and you can call like stalactites or whatever, but you have the crystal, the shape of the crystal that was inside there. So it was the crystal, and then like there was agate that grew on the surrounding of the crystal dissolved, and then you have like some quartz that grew afterwards.
Perfect. And the agate created a nice strong layer around the crystal that went away for the quartz to grow on top of. Agate is such a tough mineral, it can survive when the host, the original aragonite, goes away.
Yeah, the aragonite is more softer than the agate, so it's like easier to dissolve. Like to dissolve agate,
you basically can't do it. Yeah, the acid it takes to dissolve agate, nobody wants to play with.
There's acid that can dissolve the quartz, but the agate cannot touch it. But it's crazy. Look at the shape of the aragonite, the perfect lines, the hexagonal forms. These guys are really special, and plus the color that it has, like the agate. This one is one of my favorites. You have like the host rock here and some of the crystals that grow.
Yeah, that's great.
It's
Love
like
the
a spray, yeah.
Yeah.
And has some purple, yellow, white, and actually the secondary growth that it's the quartz. And this is a pretty cool piece.
I love this purple that you have here. It is so similar to an agate that we hunt back home.
No, those purples and blues are some of my favorites. Also the yellow combo. That's a really special spot. Really hard to get to that spot, and just produces a few really nice agates that you can tell by just looking at them that they come from that deposit.
Andres was just saying that this one looks like Jabba the Hutt
From Star Wars.
from Star Wars, cut out of an agate. I love the faces you can get when you cut these things just right.
And also the mouth being pink, so crazy.
Yeah.
And an open mouth with some of the tooth here. It's so crazy.
Ready for his morning snack. So, if any of my viewers want one of your agates, where would they go to find it?
They can look for agates from Mexico. We're on all social media, and we have a store on Etsy right now, and we're working on a website so everyone can get a special piece.
Agates from Mexico. On
you.
all the social media and Etsy.
Yep.
Sounds good. Andre is awesome. He gave me this gift of a beautiful Mexican agate. I said I liked the purples because they remind me of my Buse-like agates. And he found the most amazing purple agate for me to add to my collection. Absolutely love how crisp and clean the banding is in these. Tight lines and very crisp. It's a geode. It's a pocket on the inside. Here's what this agate would have looked like coming out of the ground. Don't really know from the outside until you cut it and see the beauty on the inside. Thanks, Andres. This is awesome. Can't wait to see you in Mexico.
Well, thank you, Andres, so much for having me out here. I had so much fun. Those agates are amazing.
They're incredible, and thank you for coming, Dan, and for taking the time to look at these amazing treasures. And thank you guys for watching, and hope you enjoy them as we do, and they're really special.
Awesome. We're going to see you up in Canada in a couple of months. Go gold panning?
For sure.
For sure. Awesome. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If I haven't earned your subscription yet, I hope I earned it today. And a big thanks to everyone for watching. Until the next one. Bye.